So back in October, the resignation.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that right now, please. Ma'am. Ma'am.
She want me to say.
Welcome to Bench Scope USA.
So,
All right. Good morning, Ms. Schoen. Are your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. Marlena Schoen for the plaintiff, P69505. I'm appearing for the attorneys of record.
Ma'am, did you listen to and understand the rights on the video? Do you wish to apply for funding or talk to a lawyer?
Brother Sue, they also do a jury trial against that. I'm not a lawyer. One, I do not owe them. And I reached out to them repeatedly. I got proof of that. They are targeting and harassing me and threatening.
Slow down. Just slow down.
I work in night, so I'm really tired.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
I have to believe there's a triable issue. I'll be glad to talk to you here.
Okay.
Ms. Schoen, why don't you tell me what the total amount is that's due on this?
$175 is the.
Hang on a second.
I'm happy to, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm happy to, Your Honor. So just to make a statement first, we have a payment of $554 that we're holding because it's a partial payment. And the co-op does not accept partial payments. So the total amount, $552 in arrears, $225 in late fees, and that includes also a NSF check fee, and then $179.04 in our court costs, for a total of $956.04.
Is that less than 575?
Your Honor, once the 554 is applied, so we don't apply with, and this is a co-op, they don't apply partial payments. So if partial payment is made, they'll hold the payment, but they don't apply it. So once the 554 is subtracted, then she will owe approximately $400.
40204.
402. So, Your Honor, just to be clear, there was an NSF fee that took place in October. It was October 17th. 552 was returned for insufficient funds. There was a $25 fee that was assessed and a $50 late fee. Because the $25 fee and the $50 late fee were never paid, she's then had late fees every month. So
So let me
balance.
stop you a second. Let me stop. This morning.
Yes, sir.
Now, wait a minute. I want you to just take a step back a second. They had to file a lawsuit. They are therefore entitled by law to their court costs and their statutory attorney fee, which amounts to $179.04. They're also entitled to late fees. How much do you cap your late fees at?
Your Honor, the late fees are $50 per month, and then there was and there were a few months where we didn't charge her late fees at all. So she was charged the NSF $25 fee, and she was only charged 4 late fees, even though she was late for October, November, December, January, February, March, and April, which is 7 months. She was only charged 4 late fees.
So just take off your combative hat. Okay, just take off your combative hat for a moment. And I'm not sure why they're not. Why does the co-op not accept partial payments when it's for non-payment of rent?
So, Your Honor, they have a policy of not accepting partial. So they have a large ownership and membership, and they don't accept partial payments because it's a board policy. I'm covering this case today. This is not my case. I can't get into the reason behind it. I'm not sure what the reason is, but they do have a policy against accepting partial payments, because I think once people start to make partial payments, they feel like so here's the thing. If she had paid the 554, then if we'd accepted that, she would have been current on her carrying charges, but not the late fees and not the
Well,
other
you have the
fees.
right to come in and get a judgment for the remaining balance, is my point.
I
I don't
understand, Your
go-
Honor. I'm covering this one, so I can't go into the reason that the board made this decision, why this is part of the rules and regulations. If you want a testimony on that at another day, I could certainly provide that.
Testimony. I just think it's just sit down a second. What part of this do you disagree with? You gotta pay the late fees, you gotta pay the court costs. I don't see any way how you don't know 40204 unless you can tell me, and you're gonna have to spell it out clearly, but just take off your name there for a second, okay?
So I want to take a step back. Back in October, right? They're saying back in October about this check being correct. I just received in March of this year, that addressing. That's one issue.
Wait a minute, wait, slow down.
Mm.
What does it mean you just received in March from address?
So they just sent me,
Well, did you have a bounce check in October or no?
I did,
Well,
but I didn't have late fees. There's more.
ma'am, if you bounce a check, that's your fault.
Correct.
That's actually illegal to write a check with not insufficient funds in the account, particularly when you know it.
I didn't know.
Well, you can't write checks if you don't have the money in the bank. So they had a check that bounced. And therefore, once that check bounced, you're accumulating late fees.
I don't, well, let me back up to say, I requested them to send you the regulations
Why are you fighting?
because I don't know. I have.
You don't know? You don't know the filing service and statutory attorney fee? You don't know late fees? Come on.
If I came to court for a jury trial, if I showed you what I have,
Good. You're going to bring it next week. You're going to bring everything. You're going to get it all put together, and you're going to calculate for me. Right now, you're not winning.
I understand that. And I'm not a lawyer.
Well, I know, but if you bounced a check in October, who's at bigger fault? Them for not telling you bounced a check until March? Wait, you're interrupting. Who's more at fault? Them for not telling you or addressing the fact that you bounced a check in October until March? You not knowing that you bounced the check, or you writing the check when there were insufficient funds in the account?
The day that they notify me that the check.
Doesn't matter. You bounced a check.
Right.
They're entitled to the NSF.
I'm not, well,
That's part of you complaining about. I'm not sure what you're complaining about. You tell me exactly what you owe and exactly, you heard what she said.
so.
Wait, I want you to listen to me. I want you to tell me what you owe. Exactly to the penny. That's a wonderful thing about math.
Yes.
It's not subject to interpretation. There's no lawyers advocating, well, that it should be more money or less money, because, no.
So.
Tell me exactly what you owe. That's the first thing I want to hear out of your mouth.
That's everything to you. The $175 in the fees they're saying that I owe.
They say you owe $225, and then she also said for 7 months you were late, and that is $350, and they're only charging $225.
This to me, the paper that they served me, all this additional stuff I can prove. I didn't think it being brought in. I have, and I contacted them. I said I have recording time, date to prove I paid this on time. They sent me a threatening email and they're gonna charge me felony charges, they're gonna add on charges, and I have proof I don't owe these. I have proof. So if you wanna know what I.
What do you owe?
What I owe, I'm $175.
What do you mean out of $175? You gotta tell me what you owe. She thinks you owe $956.04 less $544 that they're sitting there with the check that they haven't cashed. They think you owe $402.04. They didn't say about 401 or about 600. I want you to tell me exactly what you owe.
So back in October, the regulation.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that right now, please. Ma'am.
Yeah. She wants me to say.
So you think you owe zero?
Absolutely. And I can prove it.
Good. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to put this, first of all, I want to finish your rights. You did listen to and understood the rights, right? Right? Yes?
I will write your report, right?
Ma'am, just listen. Do you want to speak to a lawyer? Do you want to speak to a lawyer?
Oh, I just got this paperwork back. Just got.
Hang on. You're doing a lot of talking. We're going to give you the number of Lakeshore. You can call them. I don't know if they cut back funding. They used to show up here every week. You're welcome to call. Speak to them. You're welcome to hire your own lawyer. You are welcome to hire your own lawyer. You are welcome to apply for funding if you don't have the money.
Or doing it later.
I want to know. First of all, I want to tell you, I think you guys are wrong for not taking it. You can tell your board. I don't know why they're making up such a rule. I really don't. Not on non-payment of rent cases. You can out both.
Trust me.
Let me finish, man. You told me a minute ago you owed 175. Did you not say you owed 170?
They're saying I owe 170.
No, they're not. They're saying you owe 40204 plus they haven't cashed $544 check. Are you calculating when you calculate all this? The filing fee, the service fee, the statutory attorney fee, and the NSF fee. I just have a feeling you guys are going to end up back at square one.
This is what they sent me for today.
What's this? I don't know what this is.
What they're doing for me. They're getting stuff on today that I never heard of. So they're asking me, and I'm referring to me stuff that I wasn't even aware of.
Well, they're entitled to.
Well, they're paying on charges that are not.
They said rent is paid through February 28th on the complaint.
Function, I paid April, they won't take it for the late fees, and they're trying to add, I don't owe late fees, they call them. All their attorney, they won't talk to me, they won't pay money, they're harassing me, I reached the board last year, and.
Why are, hang on. She paid March and April that you didn't cash?
Just give me a second, Your Honor. So she made a payment in March of $552. I'm happy to have. I can let the board know that they should apply the $554 payment. We can do that, and so that leaves the amount that we discussed. And again, it's just the court
For
cost.
April. Did she pay for April?
It looks like she submitted a money order for April. That was the one that has not been applied yet, but I can have them apply that.
The one applied for March?
Looks like there was payment applied for March.
You read the emails from harassing me directly. Honestly, you've seen everything I have the last 2 years. I had to refuse phone calls and change emails because they wouldn't even email. I just received last summer an email from management calling me they would not give me, which I have emails documented. I have a perfect record. I used to work for Trump schools. I managed the JV hockey team. Their signing from my rep is in Detroit. I have no son in Marines that fuck to be deployed. I requested in the email to them, please certify now because at any moment when my son gets encouraged to deploy, I will see them since last year. They refuse to do that. They want to check me when I'm not home. Last week, I just got this email. I worked in that. I did not see my son and they know this. I would have never known about this court date check. I have please to communicate with me, full style phone calls, emails. They will.
Slow down. Why is somebody filing a complaint dated March the 31st saying that rent was paid only through February 28th if you're telling me they applied the rental payment for March?
So, Your Honor, so when a payment is made, it's applied to the earliest balance. So when 552 is made for March, she still owed a balance, partial balance for February. She didn't pay all the way. So
Stop, man. You're in a courtroom now. You gotta stop interrupting. Let her finish. Go ahead.
So Your Honor, so when a payment is applied to a ledger, the payment goes to the earliest charges first. So the earliest charges would be the NSF charges, the late fee charges. So she still did owe partial for March, and she was not paid in full through March when we filed this case because of these other charges. And that's
You're saying even after applying the March rent, she had rent due of only $175, correct?
So 175. So yes, Your Honor. So 175 plus the 50 is the 225 that we're alleging is remaining owing right now, less the 554.
Say that again.
So the 175 plus the 50 is the 225. Right now, all she owes after the 554 is applied is the 225, which is the late fees, which is essentially the late fees and that NSF fee, plus the
Which is the
179.04.
MSF fee again?
It was only $25, Jana.
Okay.
So what she owes is
I have a feeling that you're so wrong on this, man, but I'm going to keep an open mind. You want to put everything together? No, but listen to me. You bounced a check.
Yeah.
Ma'am, let me finish. You bounced a check, and that clearly, when you bounced a check, it triggered all these other events. It triggered them charging late fees for 5 months.
And I had no idea until March.
That was your fault. Why do you blame them that you bounced the check? That you owed everybody? You keep, listen to me. I want to listen, but you keep interrupting me. It's their fault you bounced the check.
No.
It's their fault you're banking, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, you won't. We're going to handle this as I want.
Well, whatever you want to do. I don't know what you want.
I want you to stop interrupting me. That's what I want. I don't know why you're blaming them that you bounced the check. Notify you for 5 months. You should have known that the money wasn't in your account when you wrote the check. That's number one. Number two, your bank would have notified you. I don't know why they didn't. Go call them. Number three, when you bounced the check, it caused all these other payments to be applied to October. That's why you got the late fees. I mean, this is pretty clear. I don't know why it isn't you. It isn't clear with you. That's what's happened. When you bounced a check in October, they didn't say, well, you paid November on time, you paid December on time, you paid January on time, you paid February. No, they were applying those fees to October. I'm going to give you a chance. You want to put everything down, but tell me every copy of every check that you wrote and when you wrote it. Okay? I have a feeling that they're right and you're not, but I'm going to give you an opportunity.
Am I able to request something?
Yeah, if you don't interrupt me, yes. Go ahead.
I emailed and asked you permission from them. What wanted my file? We did there in 2019. And I asked also if they would send me other email. They won't really touch me with anything I got.
Well, they're entitled to charge a reasonable copy.
You didn't even say that. I just gave an email. I have the email. They're just the phone. I had to go to the board last August.
Miss Sean,
So
do they have any policy on copying? It should be a reasonable copy.
this,
Ma'am, I was just talking to her. Did you not see?
you said Shelley?
Well, I didn't say Shelley. No, I said Miss Sean, I think. It was clear. I was looking at her. Do they have some kind of policy with regard to copying?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. I'm covering this one today for my friends. But I can find out. Is there something that she needs, and perhaps I
That's
can
everything since
provide it to her?
19. How many pages do you think that would be, Miss Moore?
Well, I wanted to know one if I had any violations.
Ask you that. How many pages do you think that would be?
2 pages.
2?
2 pages.
Documents and
2019?
Yes, because I got a fund on the picture, but that's for my file. I want to see if there's any violations, because I should have any.
Well, what does that have to do with anything? Why does any violations have to do with anything? They're not terminating the tenancy for cause here.
You have a chance to get to you.
No, they're trying to evict you because you haven't paid the rent. So that is not really relevant. Whether or not you've had a violation, if you're talking about some rule violation of the co-op, I don't see anything in here. Did they allege that you violated rules?
And, yeah, that's why
Well, that's not the subject of this.
I can request, for 2019, to let my payments, because I had discrepancies on dates. So I don't know if we could give my copy of that. And then also I wanted a copy of the pest control. I've been asking that for over a year.
Pest control.
We have a cockroach infestation and a mice infestation. And this is why they targeted me, because I've been speaking out about it.
Is that true, Miss Schoen? Has she been making complaints about that?
You're not. I'm covering this case today.
What case is
I'm not.
this?
I'm not aware of Pentiac, the Pentiac firm. She's asking questions that don't have anything to do with this case. If this were a termination case, I would have all of the answers for all of the background for the termination. If she'd like me to look into whether there's a.
I'd like you to send the lawyer that's in charge that represents Southwick next time. If they're claiming, if they're targeting her on this, then that's what she's alleging, at least. I'm not saying they are or not. I want some answers here. But in order to tell me, ma'am, that you owe X amount of dollars or don't owe anything, I hope you're at least keeping an objective mind here. Well, if you missed the payment in October, that means you should have been paying late fees for October, November, December, January, February, March, and April. Now, if they're refusing to cash your check and then charging a late fee, that doesn't appear to be the case. It appears as though you were late. Even after they applied the March one, you still owed $175. If you owed $175 plus $225 in late fees, that's $400 plus $25 in NSF fee. I think if anything, they might be shorting themselves.
Let's speak for you.
No, I want you to just calm down. Yes, Ms. Schoen.
Your Honor, so I think what would be helpful from my perspective would be to have client appear. So I routinely do coverage work, sort of counsel work for this firm. So we have the client appear, they could respond directly. Having an attorney appear doesn't mean they're going to know all of the claims.
Why don't you do that? Well, it's the end of the week. What time do you have for me, Jen?
We can do 10:30, Your Honor.
April 27th?
Yes.
Defendant to bring complete breakdown.
What day is that? What day is today?
From today?
Or Monday?
Defendant to be complete breakdown of payments made / why she doesn't owe money. Please just don't come in here and say they're harassing you and there's an issue with pest control. Come in here and give me a sheet. These are the dates that I've made my payments. These are the dates that the charges are due. This is why I don't owe the late fees. File a little brief.
Am I able to submit video too?
But what?
I have proof by video me just making my payments. Because all we have is a Dropbox. So they can say whatever date they want on here, and I have proof, timestamp, dated, and recording of every month.
Well, you guys are really going out there.
Because you don't know what I've been going through. You don't know what I've been going through. You think I want to be here? No.
Your Honor, may I?
Yeah, Miss.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I have a 10 o'clock and two 11 o'clocks on that day. Aren't 8:30 possible, or 9 o'clock perhaps?
I'll do 8:30.
Thank you.
Easier for her too, because she works midnights, right?
Okay, so 8:30 a.m. And Your Honor, if I have a client with me, is it okay if I appear, or do you need, because the attorneys at the firm, it's really the client who would have this information, not the attorneys.
I don't care who appears, honestly. I just need some hard
I'll have the
facts.
client appear. Thank you.
That's fine. You can appear. So I need you, and I have a feeling, and I don't know how to explain myself other than to say that I don't need to see videos. If you think there's a discrepancy on late fees because they're saying they didn't get it till the 12th and you paid it on the 8th, I'll be glad to look at your video. Have video. You can just put parentheses. And then if I need to see it, they tell me, Judge, we assessed a late fee because we didn't receive a payment till the 12th. And you're telling me I have a video here that shows it's paid it on the 8th. Sir, then that's fine. But I don't need to see it.
So can I get one?
Did you hear what I said? So you're going to tell me exactly to the penny why you don't owe any money. Okay.
I did have one question. So I just want to ask you, so when the second in October, on the 31st, there was something in my mailbox or in my door stating about check. So on October 31st, same day which was Halloween, I went and got another form of payment on the paid October.
I thought you told me that you didn't receive anything from them telling you about the bounce check until March.
Fine, they didn't study anything on how much I owed that. They said saying my check didn't go through.
They sent that to you when?
October 31st.
I thought you told me earlier. I'm going to go back and listen to this tape. Wait. I thought you told me that they didn't send you anything until March to tell you that you bounced the check in October. You didn't say that?
See, when they said,
No.
see,
Wait.
they weren't charging me nothing.
Wait a minute. I thought you told me they didn't notify you about the bounce check until March. Am I wrong?
The fees, box check fees until March, which I have. Because October 31st, they put something in my door.
Saying that you bounced your check.
So I put the brand new.
So you realize October rent would have been late when you put that in there October 31, right?
I'm sorry, October 31st.
I think that's what you said. You said you went and paid it right away, right?
Check it crying, because the first one, they just knew.
Oh, you didn't pay it for the second time. You paid it for the first time because the first check bounced.
Correct. So October 31st.
And when did you make your November payment?
All I have, November I tax, December I tax.
Okay, you're going to write down every date that you gave me, that you made your payments. I'd like to get this by Thursday. Can you prepare this by Thursday?
Because I have to work tonight, and that's.
I don't need to know when you have to work. Can you do this by Thursday? Yes or no?
Yes, I'll have it to you before that.
Okay. Take your time. I want it done well.
Can I?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, my email to give you everything that I hear. I mean,
We're here to talk about that. That's what we're here. That's why they sued you. They didn't sue you because you violated the law or a regulation of rule of the co-op. They're not asking me to terminate tenancy. All they're saying is, Judge, make her pay up. And if she doesn't, we want to order for an eviction after 10 days from the date of the judgment. That's what they're going to ask me to do. But the best stuff I need to hear about right now, I have a feeling you guys are so close on this.
I'm gonna go to, Palace City House, the right to you.
Do whatever you want. You got to follow the court rules. I strongly suggest that you talk to a lawyer. Talk to Lake. Explain the whole situation to them. I'm not going to give you advice here. I would call them today. We will give you their phone number today. Okay? And then you can talk to them and you can follow the court rules and you can do whatever you need to do. But this is for non-payment of rent, which is a lot different than some of the things you're talking about.
Well, I was confused because I was paid rent every month, and when I emailed
You
them,
didn't pay rent every month. You didn't pay.
the late.
Well, I'm just surprised you're now telling me that you didn't know about the bounce check until March. You paid it October 31 because then they notified you, didn't notify you about the $25 NSF.
So October 31st, dated my check bounce. So I went and got a money order. There was no fees in that, nothing. 5 months later, I'm receiving.
Well, if you paid November 1, December, January, February, March, April 1, then they shouldn't have been charging you any late fees, assuming in big letters that your balance as of October 31 was zero. They're not taking that NSF fee, counsel. Let me just be clear about this. They're not taking that NSF fee of $25 and proceeding to charge her with late fees the whole time on every month because she owed $25, are they?
So she owed $25 for let me just look at the ledger for a moment, Your Honor. So she owed the $25 for the NSF fee. She also owed a late fee for October. She didn't pay the NSF fee or the late fee for October. And then she made a series of other payments
When did
later.
she make her November payment?
November payment was made on the 8th.
That's within the time frame for the late fees, right?
It is. And
And then
then
when did she make her December pay?
10th
That's before, I think it says the late fees don't
goes
kick
through the
in till
10th.
the
I
11th,
believe
right?
it's yes, I believe it's the 10th. And then
What about
February,
January?
January was the 10th, February was the 10th, March was the 13th, I believe.
So you would have late fees
And
for March.
Let's say that time.
Well, it's not really paid on time. It's paid within the late.
He said before, that's not the right thing.
No, I know, but your rent's due first. You've got a habit of paying it on the 10th. Why? You know, that's your question. But go ahead.
so, Your Honor, I think she first said that she was not notified about the about the insufficient funds check until March.
No,
She's now changed
yeah.
the story,
Well,
now
what she's saying is
acknowledged
that
that
on
she was.
October 31, and I get it now, she wasn't notified there was an NSF check fee.
So the ledger is available at any time. She can walk into the office and get a copy of her ledger.
Here's
The
my point.
NSF.
Here's my point. Why don't you call up? There's something that's not sitting right with you. Can you get your client to zoom in now?
I can't get them to zoom in now, no. But I can. But if we come back on
Why
the
can't they zoom in
27th
now?
at 8:30.
Why can't they zoom in now? Because I want you to make this clear to them. If they didn't notify her of the $50, the $25 late fee, then she, according to what you're telling me, I think, was up to date by the end of October. In other words,
She still
she
had a
don't,
late fee as well
from what?
from October, Your Honor, because she bounced the check, so she had a late fee from October plus that.
Okay. And she never paid for the late fee, and it's in,
No,
well,
no, she didn't.
listen. This is like, so she owed a $50 late fee, and now you guys are tagging her, as far as I can see, for a late fee for November, December, January, February, March. Another late fee could have been added in March. And and then you're holding her money for April and charging a late fee there, right?
No, so Your Honor, we're not. So we only charged her 4 late fees, even though they were entitled to receive 7 late fees. She was late for October, November, December, January, February, March, and April, since she never paid the NSF fee or the late fee. So they only charged her 4 late fees instead of the 7 that
Is
they were
this
entitled
really
to
why
do.
we're still here? You owe some late fees, young lady. Miss Moore. You owe some late fees, okay? But I'm not going to let you compound because she owed a $50 late fee and a $25 NSF fee. I'm not going to let you charge her.
Would the court
I
like to make
see
a
what's
ruling
happening.
today?
Now I see what's happening. What's that?
I'm just wondering if you'd like to make a ruling today, Your Honor, if you've come to a conclusion about how you'd like to rule, or if you want us to come back on the 27th.
You want an opportunity to file a counterclaim. If you want an opportunity to put together your figures, listen. Please listen before you make your decision. Not before you do anything. Just listen carefully. If you didn't pay your October payment until October 31, you owed a late fee. I now see the problem. You owed a late fee, so let's forget about the NSF fee first. You bounced the check. So you owed $50 in late fees in October, November, if they're supposed to compound. It's reasonable for them to compound because you owe $50 late fee for October, November, December, January, February, March, and April. So that's 7 months. They charged, how much is the late fees? 50?
50, Your Honor, yes.
And you told me that you had late fees of $225 because that includes the NSF fee, right?
Yes, we have 4 late fees of 50, Your Honor, plus, and that's
Whatever it is.
essentially half of the late fees that they were entitled to charge.
All right, but that's, you know what, that's a little over the top, don't you think? Let me tell you this. You want to file a counterclaim, talk to a lawyer, I'll give you one. It seems to what should happen here is you still have to pay the $179.04 in court costs. And you still have to pay the $25 NSF for a total of $204.04. You want to go talk to a lawyer? You want to file a counterclaim? Do all that? That's up to you. But I can, if you want, rule on the number of late fees that I think is reasonable in the face of this. And go from there and enter a judgment to whatever you want.
I sent them an email, I got laid off. And I sent them an email saying I'm getting laid off, can you waive any,
Yeah, they don't have to do that.
You're right. What I'm saying is I was trying to communicate with them, but they won't communicate.
Well, I'm going to communicate for them. I'm going to make a rule.
Can I come back?
You can do whatever you want. This is the United States of America, greatest judicial branch anywhere in the world. You want to come back? You want to fight with them? That's okay. That's okay. Because I don't like a couple of things they did either. I don't like them telling people they can't make partial payments. I don't know where people come up with that. There's nothing in the law that says you can't make a partial payment on a non-payment arrangements. So for boards to take action different than that, I have a fundamental issue. But you were wrong too, and you don't think you did anything wrong, and that's problematic too.
Send an email stating that they give the first time you bounce the check, they'll waive it, right?
Yeah.
I say they sent an email to me, so this is the first time you bounced the check since 20 years from 2019. And like I said,
Never bounced a check.
you're right. We made one time.
Yeah. Okay, let's stop because I've held this up enough. These lawyers are probably upset and they have every reason to be because I've been on this case for half an hour. If you want me to make a ruling today, I will do so. If you want to go talk to a lawyer and file counterclaims and do all these other fun things, that's up to you. AI is not always, people get pleadings off. They have AI help them and whatever, but you still got to think on your feet. You got to know what you're saying. Whatever you want. You want me to adjourn it? I'll adjourn it. Is that what you want? Okay. Do you get what I'm saying? So you disagree with anything that she said in terms of when you made your payments? No, they haven't. Not one of them. Not one of them.
Not I told her.
Not one of them were made on time. What time's the date say that you have to make your payment, counsel?
They're due on the 1st, Your Honor. I believe they're late on the 10th.
Right.
So at the end of the 10th.
I think the 11th, right?
Yes. So they're.
So you're not making them on time.
So,
you're making them in accordance with the contract to avoid late fees. You don't leave here thinking your payments are on time. You wouldn't pay your mortgage company 10 days late, would you? Not unless you want a 312 credit rating.
they said it's not late.
Ma'am?
Paid by the check. I'm confused.
Well, it's pretty clear. Contract reads you to make your payment by the 1st. You're making them by the 10th. Because the late fees kick in on the 11th. Doesn't mean you're on time.
But I want to go late.
Doesn't mean you're on time, though. You're saying you made all your payments on time. You didn't make one of them on time.
Well, there shouldn't be.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, but I don't understand.
Oh, well, let me do a better job of explaining. The contract says your payment's due on the 1st. If you make them on the 10th, you might not have to pay late fees. It's still late. Did you get that? Yes or no?
I'm trying to read the thing here with the contract thing.
Ma'am, does the lease say, we know it's not late until the 11th. I've said that 4 times. We know that. It doesn't mean it's timely if you pay it on the 10th. It means you can't be assessed a late fee. But she just explained clearly to me how you accumulated these late fees. Do I agree that because somebody's late or somebody didn't pay $50, that they should be able to accumulate a bunch of late fees? No. But you bounced the check. You caused this. I'll let you go take care of it. You can write everything down. We're going to come to the same conclusion. I know I am.
You know that.
Man, I don't need to hear anymore. I know you didn't have to pay late fees. You paid on the 10th. Don't leave here thinking that you pay on time. You don't pay on time. You've never paid on time, according to what she told me.
I have proof I have. For the check, that's what I need.
No, on first, you prove, you come in here and you prove that any of these payments you're telling me weren't put in on the 10th. If you prove to me that they were paid by the first of the month, in which case you were on time, or earlier than the first, in which case you were on time. But let's not date this. April 20th, April 27th, 8:30. You can bring me in something. You can show me. I'd like your client here. I know I'm going to reach the same conclusion, but go consider your counterclaim, talk to the lawyer, figure out what you want to do, and go from there. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just have one more.
Now, I'd rather have you here. Honestly, I'd rather have everybody here if you want my honest opinion, but Southwick versus Robin Rogers, 2601544.